welcome to the Women's Network. I'm Elke and I'm your hostess. Today I will promise you we have a great, fabulous show for you. So don't go away, not even for a minute. In fact, I can promise you that we have a great show because we have something very, very different. But going back to the Women's Network, as the title implies, we have women on the show discussing women issues and women in general. But what happened a couple months ago, I had a very interesting artist on my show, and about 2 weeks thereafter, I got a very, very interesting letter from her daughter. And reading that letter, it inspired me to have the show we have today. More or less, this letter I got, I didn't bring it with me, but what it said is, Dear Elke, I enjoyed the show, watching it. Why don't you have 3 young girls on your show on the Women's Network? Now, I thought that was absolutely fabulous, and the more I read in this letter, it was so inspiring that I thought this has to be done. We need to show our young ladies of today who will be our women of tomorrow. So therefore, the topic of today, women of tomorrow. And I am very excited about it because I got in touch with one of my guests today who will be my co-hostess. And with that, I will introduce you to my co-hostess, to one of my guests, and the inspiration behind the show, Ms. Alexis Ringwald. Hi, Alexis.
Hi, Elke.
I am really excited you're here and that you could get this together. You were the inspiration of, I think, something wonderful. And so we'll start off with you, since you are now my co-host. You brought some guests with you?
Yes, this is Elizabeth Kim and this is Kristen Mata. And we're all in the 5th grade at Wonderland Avenue Magnet School.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about yourself before we go into the show. Like, you're at Wonderland Magnet Program School, and what about yourself? You're 5th grade, you said.
Mm-hmm.
What else takes up your day?
Well, like on Fridays there's an orchestra at our school, and we just had a performance, and I play clarinet. And do you play an instrument?
Violin. Clarinet, violin. Do you play an instrument?
No, but outside of school I play piano.
Oh God, we have an old band here. Great.
I also take ballet.
You also take ballet.
Yeah.
My God, you're a busy lady. What about you, Elizabeth?
Well, what I do
Yeah.
in school or
Mhm.
outside?
Either or.
And outside at Fridays around 5 p.m. I go to tennis place and play tennis.
Ooh, that's fun.
Yeah. And sometimes during the summer we go swimming in our swimming pool.
Mm-hmm.
And in school, like we did, Miss Kamari, our teacher, we did a play called The Shoemaker and the Elf.
Mm.
And we spend almost every day working on it, and it was a success.
So you were part of it? You
Yeah.
were like part of the team?
All
Great.
of us were part
Oh,
of
really?
it. I was a child, and
You were a
So
child.
was I.
yeah, because there was a child and part, like there were these orphans,
Mhm.
and the shoemaker, he wasn't working on the shoes he was supposed to be working on, and he was making elves for the children for a Christmas present,
Mm-hmm.
and he was pretending to be mean to the children, but really he liked them, and so on Christmas Day he gave the children the elves as presents.
Oh, nice. God. What did you play?
I'm the student director.
Oh, you're student director. My God. Well, we'll probably need a director here pretty soon. God, because we have to do everything ourselves. What do you do as a student director?
Well, like if someone's fooling around
Mhm.
and you're not listening to the director,
Very important.
or the director goes away for just a second, and then to like calm them down, and like
Oh, I'm glad you're saying it because it happens a lot.
Yeah.
And people don't really like to take orders from the director, right? You
Yeah.
have to go right in there. Okay, what did you do?
Well, I was in the play. I was also a child with Alexis.
Mm-hmm.
We were like, this Alexis said, we were orphans that, had nothing. And,
Mhm.
were like really sweet.
Well, it sounds like you're all really busy. You're into music. You play tennis. You are in a play. What about? Do you have sports in your school?
Yeah, we have volleyball, we have handball, we have football. Like there's a bunch of kids who want to play it, and soccer and baseball and softball and basketball.
Basketball.
Yeah.
Really? Do you have? Do you play? Can you play any of these games now?
Uh-huh.
Do you sign
Yeah.
up for what you want to play?
Oh,
or?
no.
No, you just
during-
play it. if
You just
want.
play it.
During recess or
Mhm.
lunchtime or PE time, you like play handball or volleyball or basketball. But you don't. If there's one time last year, we had some kind of playground team thing. I'm not
Mhm.
sure, but then you have to sign up
Yeah.
to be on to play a challenge event. And I played for handball and basketball. But then
Boy.
basketball, I
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
get it.
I remember
And
that.
That's
volleyball.
tough.
Yeah, basketball. Well, the boys are easy on the girls.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, that was my next question. What about the boys? You have boys in your school?
Yeah,
but
they're
we don't
all
like them.
really jerks.
Well,
They're not
let's
jerks.
hash a little bit about why do they, are they jerks or do they think you're jerks?
Well,
Probably both ways.
Yeah.
well, they're always really disgusting. Some of them take their nose.
What do you think?
Well, I think most of them are like nerds.
Nerds.
Or
Okay.
Or Paul, yeah, like Paul, and they're disgusting and they're mean sometimes and some of them are just too brainy.
Too brainy?
And they want to be cool. Yeah.
Oh.
Show off.
Okay. Well, do you think girls are smarter than boys at this age?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Any age.
Any age.
Any
Why
age,
not?
any time.
Well, so we have to do something because what happens when we grow up all of a sudden, we're young ladies and we go into young women and so on, and we have a lot of males up
Out
there
there.
being heads of corporations and presidents and
Yeah.
what do you think it could be? What should we do?
Well, some women, they could be presidents, try to
Mhm.
be presidents, or they could like in the future, probably they could get more better jobs than men,
Right.
like get more respect a little,
That's it. Hmm.
and
Yeah, but first we have to really go out there and be strong, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Because by the time we grow up, all of a sudden they somehow come behind us and there they are.
what they think they have much more strength than a
Mhm.
woman, but then if you want strength in ourselves
Mhm.
instead of building up, we
That's
could
right.
try something new in order to.
Exactly. Now, do you have, does any one of you have role models, like women role models, like from the past or present?
In the past, I think someone might be Marie Curie because
Very good.
she discovered radium, and radium is like a treatment for cancer, and it's used in X-rays. And X-rays, you can't. Many people lived because of X-rays. Doctors could see where things could have happened.
Yeah.
And in the war, I think it was the first war, for World War I.
Hmm.
The Marie Curie, she used the X-rays and to help wounded soldiers.
God. So you have some great women there. What about, well, let's go Kristen or Elizabeth.
Anne Sullivan, Helen Keller's teacher,
Very good.
because she's almost spent all her life with Helen Keller, teaching her to read and write, even though it was difficult because Helen was blind and deaf.
Mhm.
Um, she tried her best and never gave hope up. And she taught Helen sign language in order for her to communicate with her parents and all the people around her for the future too. And she read Braille because she's blind. And also, well, Aunt Olivia was a patient teacher because Helen.
She had to be a patient teacher, right?
Because blind and deaf it could be like difficult because Helen before Aunt Olivia came, she was in the darkness and she hated everything because she couldn't see or hear, but she could have senses.
So, what do you think that shows? What do you think the teacher projected for humankind?
Oh, never to give up hope, even though if it is too difficult, and they don't treat other people, but like if they're blind or deaf or handicapped.
Right.
But to teach them or be patient.
Be patient,
with each
right.
other.
And that really goes for all of our, for all of life. Be patient with other people, whatever comes along.
Like
Well,
if you're not patient, then like if you're short-tempered,
right.
then they'll like you have lots of fights and sometimes go inside the courts because you done something wrong.
God, can you imagine if we had more patience, we wouldn't not have anything to do in the courthouses.
Yeah. And judges don't have jobs.
Judges wouldn't have jobs, but I'm sure they had other jobs then,
Yeah.
which would be much nicer. What about you, Kristen?
Well, one of my role models is Joan of Arc. I think she was around 13 or 14, and she led the French army into victory. And I think that was good. That was really good for the French. And when they found out that she was a girl, they asked her why did she do it. And she said to them that God told her to, and that she should because he knew it was right for her. And then they just, I don't know why, they burned her at the stake.
Horrible.
But she now is the national figure in France.
Yeah.
Do you have anyone else that you admire?
Yeah, Betsy Ross, she designed and sewed the flag. I think that was pretty good. She thought of all the colors, and you know, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't have this flag if we didn't have Betsy Ross.
Now tell us about the stars on the flag.
Well, 13 stood for 13 colonies, and now I think that stands for the stripes.
Right.
And the 50 stars now stand for all the states.
Right. And she sewed them in a circle. Isn't that
Yeah.
right? God, these were all wonderful women. See, we talked earlier about, or you started up that all the boys were nerds and jerks and obnoxious, and I don't even want to ask any further. But here are these wonderful women, and you're going to be wonderful women, and who knows what's going to happen. Unfortunately, we have to push to be up there, and now all these women, it seems to me, like Rosa Parks and Joan of Arc and Helen Keller, they all were on a level of helping, trying to change the world. Well, most women, most people in history try to change the world, the ones that really came up that. But what about a person of nowadays, like Hillary Clinton? Are we familiar with Hillary Clinton? Now, how do you feel about her? I mean, she's a pretty powerful woman, I think.
And she's the president's wife, so.
Right,
Well,
but
she's a
see,
lawyer.
in the past, the president's wife was the
Wasn't-
president's wife.
And it wasn't important.
That's right, it wasn't.
And she was important. She thought she could be important too.
Yeah,
Right.
and Hillary Clinton,
Mhm.
she one time my dad showed me a TV show
Mhm.
about some kind of debate against something. Well, a long time ago there were some women who debated against suicide. I forgot her name.
Well, she has quite a few debates. Her
Yeah.
her big issue is the health issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is pretty. What about? Is anybody familiar with former First Lady Margaret Thatcher in England?
Yeah.
Maybe that's a little while ago, but anyway, there was someone who more or less was president of the country.
Sally Ride.
Who?
Sally Ride.
Sally Ride was our astronaut. I mean, we have some fabulous women. What about yourselves? Was any of these women that you admired so much, do you think that these women have something that you would associate with in the future, or that you would want to be a woman of great, magnificent, or?
Yeah, I think that what Joan of Arc did was very good. She led things into history. Well, I think that when I grow up, I want to be a veterinarian.
Oh,
That's nice.
Me too.
And,
You do?
and that I'd like to lead things like if an animal is sick, I'd like to lead it into healthiness. So
Very nice, yeah.
I like that. That would bring things into victory. That would be very nice. I could do
Mhm.
that.
What about you?
Me?
You want
Oh,
us, what to be?
something veterinary or doctor because in order to like handicap people, I want to help them or I like dogs and cats and all sorts of animals and I don't want them to be hurt or anything but I like them to be healthy and in the rainforests, the
Oh,
homes like they're losing their homes and where would they go and sometimes they die of starvation
Right.
during the winter.
I'm sorry about to even think about the rainforest itself. It may not be that much longer, right? What about you, Alexis?
I might want to be maybe a doctor or maybe like a professor or someone who really works hard to who tries to save something, like people are trying to save the whales and like stop other people from cutting down trees, save the rainforest, and do something nice like that. And I'd like to have a house full of pets because I like animals.
A house, oh my God, we are here with animal lovers. Well, I'm so glad to hear that. So, well, I think we need animal lovers because, first of all, you have to be an animal lover to be a veterinarian, and to take care of our pets and now here pets to me are wonderful, wonderful creatures because it's not only that they don't talk bad, but they love you so much.
And they're smart, really.
And
I have a
they're-
dog.
You do?
Yeah, and one time, when we were eating at dinner time, he will like on the door, he would scratch with his paws and he wants attention, and
Oh, sure.
he wants something to eat, or sometimes he would go like this when he doesn't want anything, and he like we love him very much. And he's
What kind of
such
a dog is it?
Husky.
Oh, a husky.
Yeah,
Pretty.
5 years old. Woo.
God, he's big
Six.
probably, right?
Yeah, but he's very cute.
Do you have dogs?
No, I have a lot of pets. I have a rabbit, a cat,
My
a
God.
bird, and a fish.
God, you got to be careful. You can't
Well-
let one out with the other.
Well, my rabbit is very strong. I've had her for almost 3 years, and the cat get along very good together. I don't know.
The rabbit and the cat?
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
And the bird has its own personality. It's like if it doesn't want to be bothered, it doesn't want to be bothered. if my fish, he's just like, I don't know. My fish is just a fish. He's not.
Yeah, but see, it's the fish and the
Yeah.
cat and
Yeah.
the
bird.
and
Yeah,
the bird.
my
Mini bird.
I think you really have to watch that. I hope you have it up on
my cat stays outside.
your cat stays outside?
Yes, because we got him for hunting rodents. We had a rodent problem.
Oh. So, it's a male cat, so he's good for that, right?
Yeah, and my rabbit is just good for her. I just like she's.
Or
I
is the
love
rabbit
Magnet.
outside or inside? Too?
She mostly stays outside, but I let her out a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I let her out today.
Good. Alexis, you being my co-host, first of all, I want to thank you again. We're not finished yet, but time goes very fast. Do you have anything to discuss with your friends, our guests here today? Because you all go to school together, and do you have people come to your school from the outside world and discuss special items? And maybe you can kind of talk among
Well,
yourself.
there was one person. There was a news reporter, but she didn't come with the camera. She came to talk about the national debt.
My God, that's
But
a
she-
heavy
the kids-
issue.
But then she didn't come. Fritz Coleman, he didn't come to our class, so we got disappointed.
They forgot
And
her.
Paul,
They forgot your class.
and Paul, he wrote like a one-page about what he's gonna talk about, and they didn't come, and he got disappointed.
Oh.
And typed it and everything.
Oh God. Well, maybe next year. Which is only next week,
And the
right?
person would win a trip to Washington D.C.
Yeah,
to
we
see
need
the
the
president.
Really?
And tell them about what they.
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
they were
it was a
gonna
really good idea.
idea.
God.
Well, is they go to one person, to the government, and then to kids.
Yeah.
I think that's a little much.
Well, let's see. Now, at first we started off with your school. It's the Wonderland School.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Magnet.
Magnet.
Now, maybe some of our viewers don't know what we're talking about. You want to explain that a little bit?
Oh, Wonderland.
Magnet is like, I mean, it's a little more gifted. It's gifted kids, and the kids are just they're in classes that they're normal classes. It's just that they're a little bit higher grade.
Yeah, levels
levels.
going up.
Yeah.
And they
a
have to
little
work
bit
a
more
lot.
of a challenge.
And if you're in the magnet or a private school, it would be probably easier to go into a better junior high.
I see.
Or
Yeah.
something.
Mhm.
And to have a, like, you know, you go to junior high, high school, and all stuff, and you could get a better future.
Yeah.
Do you know which colleges you all want to go to? Have you thought about
No.
it?
Well,
It's a
there's
little
hopes.
far off, I know, but
UCLA, or that's not a college, is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
That's-
is.
Oh, UCLA.
I don't know,
Or
Stanford, Yale.
yeah.
So
Well,
those are-
you're all reaching very high, which is wonderful. So it takes a lot of work. A lot of work you have to go. What's your favorite subject?
Oh, science. and
Science?
PE.
Language arts.
Yeah, PE and arts.
Yeah, PE and art.
I like language arts, science.
Do you speak another
I like-
language?
Oh, yeah.
We're learning Spanish at school.
Yeah, I'm a little, have a little Mexican in me. So
Yeah.
I kind of know it a little.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Well, what do I know at this moment? I don't know too much. But dinero, right? Isn't that? Or hello, I guess. What about you?
Korean. I
Korean? You speak a little? Really?
Uh-huh.
Boy, we have a real linguist people here. And you?
I'm sort of half German, I guess, and I take German classes every Friday.
German classes. Okay, so at the end of the show, we all will say goodbye in our native language.
Yeah.
And I think I'm going
Okay.
to join you. How do you say it how do you say goodbye in Korean?
Korean?
Mhm.
안녕하세요.
Ooh, that's a long one.
Yeah. Well,
And you
it's
say
polite. Or
polite.
if you're saying to a friend, 안녕.
annyeong.
Yeah.
And you say adios? or-
Adios.
Adios, adios. Okay, well, we're not quite there, but I just thought maybe we would rehearse a little bit. Anything else you want to ask your friends? Or do you have something you want to talk about?
Well, I was thinking of asking, I was thinking of if they could, if scientists maybe if they could design like a time machine, because I watched Back to the Future of the movie, and I was interested, and I thought that they really should make a movie.
But then if they have a time machine, the person would have to not interfere the past. Like pretend you went through a time traveling machine went to where the Civil War, okay? And you're a hero, and your name is gonna probably be in a history book, and it'll change the past. It'll be and so it'll change the past. Because, you could like, if you want to go to and fight for Civil War because you think that's wrong or right, then you could try it and then pretend you're a captain or even the president. And you could change lots of information in the past.
Yeah, my God. Jesus. What about virtual reality? Are we on that already? No. Okay, we'll talk about that next time we come back.
Okay.
Okay, but now we're really coming very close to the end, and I want to tell you, you were a terrific guest. You were really exciting, and I hope the audience had as much fun as I did, because I cannot believe, when I was 10 years old, 10 and 11, I certainly did not know, I must say, as much as you did. And who knows, I probably don't know as much as you do now, but.
Well, in the past, the men, they didn't really teach their children because they had jobs like farming.
Right.
And the women, they had to cook and they were busy, and the children would run around or something. And they don't get much of an education like right now.
Yeah.
They learn how to do what their parents did.
Do the home,
Yeah,
mostly,
being
yeah.
a homemaker. Now, if you had the choice, would you want to be a homemaker or would you want to be a professional woman?
Professional woman.
Oh, well, we're not gonna have any families, but we have to have a,
Well,
couple.
homemaker's okay, but then, well, if you're, like, sometimes I feel like if I can't do this thing and I just want to leave my life alone and just give up, but then, what if I give up and I can't even pay the tax?
Right, God, you're
I'd
thinking.
feel trapped, like
Yeah.
a prisoner in the house.
Or
Yeah.
sometimes, I think most people do suicide because they don't want to, or they're afraid of something, or they give up and they think their life is not worth anything.
Yeah, well, see, they haven't thought of all the other avenues that we
Yeah.
have in life, right? But, I'm looking at the clock, and it's coming close to closing time. Again, Alexis, I want to thank you for being such a great inspiration for the show, being a great co-host, and I hope you come back.
Okay.
Elizabeth, thank you so much. You were also great inspiration. And Kristen, thank you so much. I'm glad you came. All of you, I'm so glad you came. And I hope we can do this again, maybe in a year or so. And then we'll look at this tape and see how far we've come. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, well, again.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Or happy holidays.
And happy holidays, yeah. I'm speechless. I had such a wonderful time with all of you. It was terrific. 30 minutes goes by so fast when you're having a lot of fun. We had a lot of information coming up. I think we can have a few more shows with all that information we have. And I thought it was very, very exciting. For those of you who watched us tonight, thank you for doing so. And I hope you had, like I said earlier, fun and excitement, because I certainly did. And I want to thank Kristen, Elizabeth, and Alexis once more. And with that, we all want to sign off in our language and say goodbye, auf Wiedersehen, adios, and ooh, that's a tough one. Anyway, until I see you again, bye-bye. Bye-bye to all of you, and thank you so much. You were
Have
just
a Merry Christmas
great.
or Happy Holidays.
Merry Christmas.
When he aches.
Oh, I know. Okay. Can we get, I guess we can